I, at 19, felt the tension in my jaw as I cast a furtive glance toward Anna, our precious 4-year-old, who was blissfully asleep in her room, a small sanctuary of peace amidst the storm. She was worthy of so much more than this. We both experienced it. Jonah, at the tender age of 22, was a well-meaning father, at least in concept. His heart belonged to Anna. He reveled in their playful moments, and on occasion he lent a hand with the chores, but only sometimes. Yet there were moments when it seemed as if I was navigating the complexities of raising 2 children instead of just one. He thrived in the role of the fun parent, the one who engaged in video game battles and spun tales of whimsical humor. I found myself ensnared in the relentless cycle of mundane tasks, the never-ending laundry, the countless doctor's appointments, and the heavy burden of managing our lives with unwavering resolve. "Lower the volume, Jonah," I shouted above the cacophony of the music and the raucous laughter that filled the air. He stepped out of the living room, a bashful smile playing on his lips, as if he had just escaped a moment of tension. "Take a deep breath, darling. They are simply reveling in the moment." Anna is struggling to find rest. I've expressed this countless times. I refuse to have that nonsense in her presence. I pointed to the thick haze of smoke that lingered in the air, the unmistakable scent of weed, not cigarettes, yet still an unwelcome presence in our sanctuary. He let out a heavy sigh, his eyes swirling with exasperation. "You're being so rigid. It's merely a small, unassuming weed. It's not merely a trivial matter when the smoke is seeping into our daughter's sanctuary," I shot back, my voice escalating in intensity. "Why do you struggle so much to honor my boundaries?" He shrugged, embodying the essence of eternal youth. "Very well then, simply relax." And thus it came to an end. It was that scornful demeanor that pushed me to the brink of madness. On nights steeped in uncertainty, I found myself gathering a bag for Anna and me, making our way to the refuge of my parents' home. They resided merely a few miles distant in a serene, family-oriented enclave, a stark contrast to the tumult of our apartment. Yet this evening a new thrill coursed through me at the thought of breaking free. It was the day of my best friend Chloe's birthday, a moment filled with anticipation and excitement. For months she had been consumed by thoughts of an indulgent creation, a chocolate cheesecake stuffed sheet cake that beckoned her with its rich allure. A monstrous cake, I had to confess. It demanded a considerable amount of time to master the recipe. I, the friend of the century, had stepped forward to take on this task. Baking emerged as one of the rare delights in my life, a fleeting moment of creativity I could grasp amidst the demands of caring for Anna and the chaos of online classes. The stillness enveloped the room, each precise measurement a step in a delicate dance, the alchemy of humble ingredients unfolding into a creation both exquisite and delectable. It was a balm for the soul. I invested every ounce of my passion and spirit into that cake. And indeed, I must admit, it unfolded flawlessly. Indulge in the rich allure of a moist chocolate cake, where a creamy cheesecake filling lies hidden within, crowned by a decadent ganache that beckons with its glossy finish. In that moment, a rare sense of pride washed over me, a feeling that had become all too infrequent in my life lately. Before I gathered Anna and our overnight bags, I ensured Jonah understood my intentions without a shadow of a doubt. "Do not touch this cake," I warned, my finger hovering ominously over the exquisite creation resting on the kitchen counter. "This is for Chloe's special day. Truly, Jonah, leave it be." He let out a laugh, one that dripped with condescension and a hint of dismissal, a sound that never failed to set my teeth on edge. "All right, my love. I understand now. Relax and take a breath." As if I were the epitome of unreasonableness, I shot him a piercing look, doubt swirling within me, yet I knew I had no choice but to proceed. The sun rose on the day of Chloe's party, casting a warm glow as I prepared to take Anna to my parents' house, eager to ensure she felt at home before the festivities began. "I truly mean it, Jonah," I declared, my voice steady yet filled with urgency, as I faced him one final time. "Step away from the cake." The following morning, I made my way back to our apartment, anticipation coursing through me as I sought to reclaim my culinary creation. I could see Chloe's expression transforming as I unveiled the cake, her face radiating pure, unfiltered joy that would justify every ounce of effort I had poured into this moment. I stepped into the kitchen and an icy dread washed over me. Half of the cake had vanished, leaving behind a lingering sense of mystery and anticipation. Not cut with precision, not a courteous little piece. No, a vast gaping void was left behind, the chocolate crumbs strewn across the counter like remnants of a dramatic confrontation. A surge of rage engulfed me, searing and overwhelming. There lay Jonah, a figure of disarray on the couch, encircled by his equally weary companions, their eyes heavy with the weight of the night. The atmosphere hung heavy with the remnants of smoke and the bitter aftertaste of forgotten revelry. "What on earth transpired?" I insisted, my voice quaking with fury. Jonah merely shrugged, that maddeningly indifferent gesture that spoke volumes. "Desire consumed us, my love. What's the fuss all about? What's the significant matter? The truth is, I poured countless hours into crafting that cake. The significance lies in the fact that it was, without a doubt, the cake for my best friend's birthday. The gravity of the situation lies in the fact that I explicitly instructed you to leave it alone." He cast a weary glance, a silent testament to his exasperation. "Darling, it's merely a slice of cake. What has brought you to behave in this manner?" Of course, now Jonah's messaging me, feigning confusion and remorse, as if he hadn't just cast me aside. "I simply required some distance to gather my thoughts," he penned. "I never intended for you to truly walk away." A fragment of my soul yearned to trust him, to absolve him, to return to the familiarity of home, and feign that this turmoil had never unfolded. He was a good father, at least on most occasions. Perhaps I was letting my emotions get the better of me. Perhaps I was transforming a trivial matter into a grand spectacle. Then my mom entered the room, her face transforming with a deep, caring worry. "Darling," she murmured, lowering herself onto the edge of the bed beside me, "I understand your frustration, but perhaps it's time to release your grip on matters like this. Do not let the weight of mistakes consume you with such fervor. You must understand the importance of choosing your conflicts wisely." My mother often held the truth in her hands. She possessed an uncanny ability to perceive the grand scheme of things, her practical counsel always guiding me toward the path I needed to take. Indeed, now I find myself engulfed in a deeper haze of confusion. Was I out of line? Did Jonah truly possess the insight he claimed? Should I simply release it into the ether? Am I truly accepting a fate that falls short of my worth? What course of action would you take? Have you ever found yourself in a moment where the weight of the world seemed to rest solely on your shoulders within a relationship? What guides your heart in choosing between forgiveness and departure? We invite you to recount your journeys and offer your insights in the comments below. At this moment, I find myself yearning for a fresh viewpoint. Perhaps you could propose a few delightful cake recipes. It seems I may have to navigate this challenge through the art of baking.